She said, "It's just Instagram likes, don't be so insecure." I replied, "You're right." Then I started posting the photos she took of me with someone else. When her friends commented, "You upgraded," she finally stopped scrolling. I, 54 male, run a business building custom furniture. I work with my hands. I like things that are solid, real, and honest. I thought the relationship I was in was the same. I've been with Selena 41 for 3 years. She's a photographer, very artistic, and very, very online. I'm not. My idea of social media is my business's website. But I respected her work. About a year ago, she moved into my house. My house, my mortgage, which I paid off a decade ago. It was easy, comfortable. Or it was. Lately, it was all about this one guy on Instagram. Let's call him Qley, probably 29. He's one of those spiritual lifestyle gurus. You know the type, shirtless on a beach, holding a crystal. Captions about manifesting your truth. Selena's feed was full of him. And her comments, they weren't just likes. Always speaking my language. This is the energy I need in my life. Literally vibrating higher just watching this. It felt disloyal. We were in bed 2 weeks ago. The light from her phone flashing on the ceiling. I finally said something. "Babe," I said, trying to keep my voice light. "This Qley guy. The comments are a little much. It feels disrespectful." She didn't even look up from her phone. Just scoffed. "Seriously, Martin. It's Instagram. It's not real life. I'm networking. He's an influencer. It's just pixels on a screen. Don't be so insecure. It's controlling. Insecure. Controlling. The 2 words designed to make any man shut up. You're right, I said. I'm sorry. She just mumbled. It's fine. Just trust me. It's content. That word. Content. It stuck in my craw. The conversation ended. But the feeling didn't. This past Tuesday, I was doing quarterly taxes for my business. I gave Selena a supplementary card on my business Amex account when she moved in. The agreement was simple. Use it for household groceries, supplies for the house, or any marketing materials for my business she might photograph. I trusted her. I was matching receipts to the statement. And then I saw it. Awakened Warrior Coaching LLC, $5,000. Celestial Alignment Mastermind, $12,000. Qley's Inner Circle, monthly, $1,500. Another Awakened Warrior charge, $3,000. My hands started shaking. Not with rage, but with this. Cold, electric clarity. It wasn't just likes. It wasn't pixels. It was $21,500. She had been siphoning money from my business account to pay for her digital crushes coaching. She was funding this shirtless wonder, paying for his beachfront vibrations with my sawdust and sweat money. It's just content, she said. I looked at the statement. I looked at the photos she'd taken, framed on the wall. Dozens of artistic shots of me in my workshop. Her portfolio, she called it. Black and white, catching the light on a chisel. Me covered in sawdust, looking authentic. I thought about her words. Insecure. Controlling. Content. You're right, I whispered to myself. It is just content. I didn't say a word to her. I finished my taxes. Then I made 2 calls. The first was to Amex. Yes, I need to report a card as compromised. Card number ending in 0038. Yes, belonging to Selena. Please cancel it immediately. No, do not send a replacement. The second call was to my lawyer. Then I did something I never thought I'd do. I created an Instagram account. Not for my business. For me. At martin.builds. I scrolled through my phone to the folder where she'd saved all those portfolio shots of me. I picked one. Me at the workbench. Light streaming in. Focused on a piece of walnut. A damn good photo, to be fair. I posted it. My first caption. Building things that last. It's time to get back to what's real. Woodworking craftsman authentic. I didn't tag her. Why would I? It's my face. My workshop. Selena was in the living room, scrolling. Probably vibrating higher. She hadn't noticed the card was dead. She hadn't noticed I'd just built the foundation for my new life. I felt a little sick. A little sad. 3 years. But mostly, I just felt methodical. A few hours later, I posted again. A selfie. Me and Julia. Julia, 52, is an interior designer I've worked with for 15 years. She's a total pro, a widow, and a good friend. We were at a job site. Caption. Planning the next big project with the best in the business. At Julia Designs. It's a pleasure to work with a real professional who respects the craft. #collaboration. Design. New beginnings. I put my phone down. I knew Selena's friends followed Julia. I knew they all saw Selena's fawning over Kaylin. I went to my workshop, turned on the lights, and started to sand a tabletop. The sound of the machine was the first honest thing I'd heard all day. Update 1. It's been a week. The bomb went off. Just not the way I expected. The first few days were quiet. My new IG account got some traction. Old friends, clients, and Julia's network started following. Julia commented on our photo. "Marty, you're finally online. Can't wait to show everyone what we're building." Then her friends started commenting. Not on Julia's post, but on the photo of me in the workshop, the one Selena took. One of her close friends, Tara, wrote, "Wow, Martin, looking very distinguished. Good to see you focusing on your work." Another, Zoe, wrote, "That's a powerful photo. You look great." It was weird. Polite, but distant. Towards her, not me. Selena, meanwhile, was oblivious. She was glued to her phone, probably deep in Kaylin's inner circle chat, unaware her pipeline was dry. The explosion came Friday night. I was reading in my office. She burst in and her face was blotchy and pale. Not angry. Panicked. "Martin, my card was declined," she said, her voice high-pitched. "I was trying to book the Quantum Leap seminar. It's 50% off and it was declined. It was so embarrassing. You have to call Amex. They must have flagged it as fraud." I took my glasses off and put my book down. "There's no fraud, Selena." I kept my voice perfectly level. I didn't need to call them. I canceled the card. She blinked. The panic hadn't quite morphed into understanding. "You what? Why?" I have business expenses." "I needed that." "You can't just do that." "Business expenses?" I said. "Like the Awakened Warrior business expense? Or the Celestial Alignment Mastermind?" I saw the statement, Selena. All $21,500 of it. Her entire body went rigid. The color drained from her face. This was the moment. The mask didn't just slip. It shattered. "That," she stammered, "that was an investment. In my brand. My mental health. To help my career." "Your career? Or Kaylin's?" I stood up. "You told me it was just likes. You told me it was just content. You called me insecure for questioning you. But you were paying him. You were stealing from my company to pay for your online boyfriend." The panic finally turned to righteous fury. The classic gaslighter's defense. "This is what you do. You snoop on my spending. After everything I've done for this house, for you. You're a controlling, paranoid old man." There it was. Controlling. "You're right," I said. And the calmness in my own voice surprised me. Checking my own business statements is so controlling. So I'm going to decontrol the situation entirely. I walked past her into the hallway. "I've spoken to my lawyer. You're not on the mortgage. You're not on the deed. You are a guest. And your stay is over. I'm giving you 30 days to move your things out." 30 days. She shrieked. "You can't evict me. I have rights." "You have the right to pack," I said. "And the right to find a lawyer who will then talk to my lawyer. I suggest you start now." She just stood there, vibrating with a very different kind of energy. Then she did what she always does. She grabbed her phone, retreated to the living room and started typing furiously. Probably to her friends. Probably painting me as the monster. I let her. I went back to my office. I opened Instagram. I picked another one of her photos. Me, in a suit, from a charity gala we went to last year. She'd spent an hour getting the brooding, handsome light just right. I posted it. Caption. Sometimes you have to clear out what's old and broken to make room for what's new and strong. Excited for the future. Moving on. Honesty. Integrity. I put my phone on my desk. I didn't have to wait long. 5 minutes later, from the living room, I heard a sound I'd never heard her make before. It was a raw, strangled scream. You bastard. I leaned back in my chair. She'd finally stopped scrolling. I checked my post. The comments were already rolling in. That's the spirit. Martin. Onwards and upwards. And then, the one that mattered. From Tara. Selena's best friend. Tara. Damn, Martin. Looking sharp. I think you just upgraded. Call me. I think we need to talk. Update 2. It's been 2 weeks since I told her to leave. The 30-day notice was, as my lawyer advised, a courtesy. She's not a tenant. She's a long-term guest who violated our trust. But I'm not a monster. I wanted to give her time to pack. Turns out, time to pack also means time to plot. The entitlement has been breathtaking. She's been sleeping in the guest room, slamming doors, and alternating between "you're ruining my life and we can fix this, baby. I'll make it up to you." The make it up apparently meant her trying to use my personal credit card, which she knew the number for, to buy a plane ticket. The bank thankfully flagged the Qley's Quantum Leap purchase and declined it. I've since had every card replaced. But the real drama happened this weekend. It was move-out day. I told her she had Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., to get her things. I would be present. She showed up at noon. And she didn't come alone. She brought her 2 friends, Tara and Zoe. The same ones who had been leaving interesting comments on my IG. "We're here to help," Tara said, not looking me in the eye. "And make sure you don't try anything," Zoe added, glaring at me. "Try anything?" I said, leaning against the doorframe. "Like try to stop her from taking things that aren't hers?" "Good. I could use the witnesses." Selena brushed past me. "Just ignore him. He's on a power trip." They started in the bedroom. I stood in the hall. They were packing clothes, makeup, all the knickknacks she'd filled my space with. Fine. Good riddance. Then I saw her go into my office. "That's my office, Selena. Your things aren't in there." "I'm just getting my books," she snapped. She came out carrying a box. But I noticed a space on my mantel. A small, intricately carved burl wood sculpture. It was a custom piece, commissioned from a rival and friend of mine. Very valuable, but more to me sentimentally. It was gone. I put my hand on the box. "Open it." "It's just my stuff, Martin." "God, you're unbelievable." Zoe stepped up. "Hey, back off. You're intimidating her." "This is harassment." "Intimidating?" I laughed. "Okay. Selena, open the box or I'm calling the police. Right now, for theft." Her face went pale. "It was a gift. You gave it to me. I never gave you that sculpture. And I have the insurance policy and the artist's appraisal in my name. Put it back." Tara, the friend, suddenly looked very uncomfortable. "Selena. What is he talking about?" Is that the Selena's eyes darted between us. The victim narrative was crumbling. "He's lying. He's just trying to humiliate me because I'm leaving him." "I'm not lying," I said, pulling out my phone. "And I'm not humiliating you. You're doing a fantastic job of that yourself. You stole $21,500. Now you're trying to steal a $7,000 sculpture. You're not a victim, Selena. You're a thief." I dialed 911 and waited. "Okay," she shrieked. Fine. She tore the box open, pulled out the sculpture, wrapped it in my damn sweater, and slammed it back on the mantel. Happy now, you petty man. Ecstatic, I said. Now, back to packing. Zoe and Tara just stared. They looked at Selena like they'd never seen her before. Zoe spoke first. She told us you were just insecure about Instagram. She said you were kicking her out over likes. I nodded. I'm sure that's what she said. The truth is, I'm kicking her out over the $21,000 she stole from my business account to give to a shirtless guru on the internet. But like sounds so much more sympathetic, doesn't it? Tara turned to Selena. Selena, did you steal from him? Selena just burst into tears. He doesn't understand. It was an investment. You're supposed to be my friends. Tara just shook her head, picked up her purse, and walked out the front door. Zoe gave me this look, almost an apology, and followed her. Selena was left standing in the hallway, surrounded by boxes, completely alone. She actually had the nerve to look at me. Are you gonna help me with these? No, I said. I'm not. You have 3 hours left. I suggest you call a moving service. I went to my workshop and locked the door. Later that night, after she was finally gone, I went online. I posted one more photo she'd taken. It was just my hands, calloused, holding a block of wood. Caption: House is clean. Time to build something new. Spring cleaning. Honesty craft. The comments were simple. From Julia, happy to hear it, Martin. From Tara, I'm so sorry, Martin. She's not the person I thought she was. And from Zoe, if you need a witness for anything, let me know. She hadn't just lost her sugar daddy. She'd lost her entire audience. Final update. It's been 3 months. The silence in my house is, well, it's golden. I changed the locks, of course. I also had the entire house professionally deep cleaned. It felt like an exorcism. Now for the fallout. It's been complicated. This isn't a movie. There's no perfect, tidy ending where the villain gets hauled off in cuffs. This is real life. My lawyer, on my instruction, sent a viciously formal demand letter to Selena. It included the itemized Amex statements, copies of her fawning public IG comments to Qley, and a simple offer. Sign a promissory note to repay the $21,500 in installments, or I would file a civil suit for fraud and conversion. The letter also went to Qley's Awakened Warrior Coaching LLC. My lawyer, who is a shark, pointed out that Qley, as the recipient of funds fraudulently obtained from a business, could be named as a co-defendant and forced into discovery, which would likely kill his guru career. Qley, it turns out, does not like his vibrations being messed with. Within 48 hours, my lawyer received a wire transfer for $10,000 from Qley's LLC, along with a note stating this was a full refund for a dissatisfied client, and that Ms. Selena was no longer a member of the inner circle. He cut her loose so fast, it probably gave her whiplash. He wanted no part of a lawsuit. As for Selena, she's on the hook for the remaining $11,500. She's been responsive. She knows she's beat. She's been served with the promissory note. Last I heard, she's living in a tiny apartment above a garage and has a job, a real one. She's a staff photographer for a local cut-rate real estate agency, taking photos of sad, empty tract homes. Her Instagram is a graveyard. She hasn't posted since the day she moved out. Her friends Tara and Zoe have both blocked her. They're friendly with me now. We've grabbed coffee. They were appalled and embarrassed. They'd been enabling her lifestyle and her victim complex for years. The most pathetic part? I got a text from her about a month ago, from a new number. Selena, I miss you. I made a mistake. Qley was nothing. He blocked me. Can't we talk? I just screenshotted it, sent it to my lawyer, and blocked the number. As for me, I'm not a hero. I'm a 54-year-old guy who got played. I'm out $11,500 that I'll probably never see again. Let's be real. She's not paying that note. It's an expensive, embarrassing lesson in trust. But the house feels like mine again. My work is thriving. My new IG account has actually landed me 2 massive commissions from architects who saw my posts. And Julia? Well, she and I have been having dinner. A lot. We talk about wood and design and what it's like to lose someone and find your footing again. It's nice. It's real. I posted a photo last week. A simple one. Just 2 glasses of wine on my workshop table, next to a set of blueprints. Caption: planning the good things to come. Collaboration. New beginnings. Real. Julia just commented with a single smiling emoji. Selena wanted content. She wanted likes. She wanted a vibration. She got all of it. And in the end, she's just a lonely, broke person scrolling through an empty feed, while I'm here, building a life. She was right about one thing. It was time for an upgrade. I just happened to be the one who got it.